Aries. Aries, the first fire sign, is symbolized by the ram in astrology. The ram that charges forward, kicking off the cycle. The dark side to this is Aries can dive headfirst into situations without thinking. Act now, think later because I am first. They don't consider others' actions or thoughts. Aries are the first cardinal sign that are quickest to act, the quickest to get things started, ruled by passionate Mars with the exaltation from the sun itself. Aries are powerful and can be extremely violent and a danger to anybody, but most importantly, a danger to themselves for only focusing on their own actions, which can lead Aries to becoming loners and not by choice, for not having foresight and just heading forward, which can lead others around them into dangerous situations with them. As mentioned, Aries can be extremely violent. They're not naturally aggressive. It all stems from being passionate about whatever they do or feel, which can result in aggressive behavior. So you cannot slick talk an Aries or be running your mouth to an Aries where it goes on for a long time. From the second they are disrespected, they will attack you. Although the babies of the Zodiac, you don't play silly games with them because they will hurt you. Saturn, the planet of restrictions and discipline, is in full in Aries as it's strong in Libra, meaning Saturn doesn't function well in Aries, so Aries don't have control of themselves basically. Like a kid throwing a tantrum, overwhelmed. Venus is also weak in Aries as it rules Libra, their opposite sign, so love, peace and harmony is not what Aries brings. They can bring carnage to all areas of life, friendships, families, etc. Another dark side is, again, Aries can head forward without foresight. Aries are leaders. They can easily influence people to follow them. But this can be a blind leading the blind situation if the Aries hasn't thought about things first. So if an opposing person has set a trap knowing the Aries will fall for it because they are reactionary, Aries can then lead many others into the same trap in retaliation and out of anger and get everyone fucked up with them. That Mars influence can cause damage to opposition, to Aries themselves, and the followers of Aries. Aries rules the brain on the zodiac body, but others can easily work brains on Aries because they are too reactionary, impulsive. The warriors of the zodiac that doesn't worry, they will still fight to the end either way. Fire in hand, forever charging like the ram. Associated with Aries, the god of war, and Helios and Apollo, the sun gods. Dark-sided Aries examples, El Chapo and Leonardo Cianciulli. Taurus. Taurus, the first earth sign, symbolized by the bull in astrology. The bull that sits patiently waiting to make its next move. The dark side to this is, Taurus may not move for anyone unless it benefits them. Taurus is about possessions. They are the I have sign. If they aren't moving towards an asset, then they are sitting indulging in the previously attained ones, so can lose many relationships due to this selfishness. Taurus is the fixed earth sign, the first fixed sign. They don't move for anybody. The most stubborn with the energy, not allowing external influence or help. Scorpio, their opposite sign, ruled by Mars, the planet of willpower and drive, doesn't necessarily mean Taurus doesn't have drive. It just takes Taurus much longer to get going, and it has to be on their own terms. Ruled by the luxurious Venus with the exaltation from the motherly moon, their comfort is in their possessions, what they have around them. Materials is everything to Taurus and more times can have what others want, potentially putting Taurians in the line of fire. As mentioned, Taurus finds comfort in their possessions, what they have around them. But this can also include people. So a dark side to Taurus is, they can see people as their actual possessions. So like possessions they have, if it or they are broken, they can replace it and you the same way. A Taurus can get a new partner the same way they can get a new car. It's new, it's an upgrade, and most importantly, it's theirs. For now. Another dark side is, Taurus, like Aries, are leaders, but they are leaders with their voice. Taurus rules the throat. So if they are moving, they can easily influence others to move with them from what they say. Taurus have a herd mentality, So their problems will be their group's problems, their possessions' problems. Taurus also have the worst tempers in the whole zodiac from being the bull that sits and waits. So while they're patiently waiting, if you come along and start prodding, they will see red, kick their feet, double in size and charge at you, and you won't be able to get out of the way. Not the ones to fool with, the bull don't take no bullshit. Associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, and Selene, the goddess of the moon, and possibly Gaia, the earth goddess and the personification of earth. Dark-sided Taurus examples: Adolf Hitler and Susan Atkins. Gemini. Gemini, the first air sign, is symbolized by the twins in astrology. The Jekyll and Hyde sign that loves to communicate with others. The dark side to this is, Gemini can not only confuse others, but they can get confused with their own thoughts and feelings. Geminis are the I think sign, but they also have deep feelings that they don't pay attention to, which symbolizes the other twin. And being the first mutable sign, which is all about changeability, adapting, mutating, lots of confusion can happen in this sign, where the actions don't match the thoughts or words. Ruled by the communicative Mercury, Geminis are very smart, witty, got gift of the gab, but can talk so much whilst ignoring their feelings that they may even forget what they say, where they find themselves in a pool of lies that others notice, giving Gemini a bad reputation. Sagittarius, the opposite sign to Gemini, is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of wisdom. So although very smart and knowledgeable, they can lack the wisdom, again leading Geminis to having a bad reputation amongst others. As mentioned, Gemini is a very smart sign, so they can intellectually run rings around the best of them, getting away with lying and deceit, at least initially. They also love to experiment, so others can find themselves being Gemini's experiment, whilst thinking it's deeper than what it is. Another dark side to Gemini is, again, Gemini is a mutable sign which is about adapting, but with so much confusion going on, Gemini can be in a state where they think they love you but feel to kill you. They can feel to hug you and think to stab you. That's the darker side of the duality, and you'll find many killers under the Gemini sign for this reason. Geminis can switch up on another at any given time, spread lies, rumours, and literally spread your brains. They are smart but chaotic, and at extreme cases could kill for fun or out of curiosity. Gemini rules the lungs, arms and hands on the zodiac body, whilst paying no attention to the deep feelings in the lower parts, and that includes paying no attention to others' feelings too. So when the feelings, the other twin, does rear its head inside the Gemini, the twins will attack each other, and in reality, it can be seen as the Gemini attacking you. So mind out. You'll be stressing from their sins if you're messing with the twins, associated with Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Dark-sided Gemini examples: Jeffrey Dahmer and Mary Bell. Cancer. Cancer is the first water sign symbolized by the crab in astrology. The crab with the shell and claws that puts their comfort above everything. The dark side to this is, it breeds a selfish person who mainly cares about their own feelings and comfort. Cancers are the I feel sign, so unless they are comfortable and feel okay, another's feelings means fuck all to them. Their emotions rules them to a point they can't function properly when it's bad, so will start clawing at whatever or whoever they have around to find stability. Capricorn, the opposite sign to Cancer, is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline and structure. So Saturn doesn't work well in Cancer. There's no control, just emotional rides. However, Jupiter, the sign of wisdom and expansions, loves to be in Cancer, so can either clue Cancers up on self-control or just amplify the emotional overspill on those around. Mars is also exalted in Capricorn, so does not like being in Cancer. It's erratic and out of control, like a boiling pot of water. This breeds a person that needs others around for when they have down times, trapping others in their shell with the promise of nurture and protection, creating a loop of giving to receive, then getting mad when not receiving. With Saturn, the planet of karma, ruling Capricorn, so opposing Cancer, Cancers try to cheat karma by being nice to get niceness back, then get mad when they realize it don't work like that. Ruled by the moon, Cancers are the most emotional sign in the zodiac, so their feelings are easily hurt, even with a shell there for protection. So they get very defensive and put it on display that they are hurt, which further leads others into discovering the chinks in their armor. As mentioned, Cancers have claws and are defensive. So the dark side to this is, Cancers will defend and attack back. Cancers are the most vengeful sign in the zodiac by natural nature. Being the second cardinal sign after Aries means they will initiate something without problems. And being ruled by the ocean, Cancer's emotions can swing very violently. And as I said, they will claw onto whatever or whoever is around for stability. But what you can witness this as in reality is passion killing. A Cancer can kill you in the heat of the moment from feeling extreme emotions from not being stable. Many passion killers comes under the Cancerian sign. Another dark side is, Cancers are highly manipulative to get what they want so that they feel comfortable. Cancers rules the breast so they can feed you but also impose on you by pushing their chest in your face if you act up, mother you and or smother you. So you will be a victim of emotional abuse if you're in their shell with them. You can think you're in there being protected by them, but they are clinging onto you for their own stability. They can hold onto you, pulling you down every time you try climb. And if you keep attempting to disrupt their comfort, they can choose to end you. Same way crabs eat their own babies. Once you're in their shell, you're a crab in a bucket. You'll meet the pits of hell if they trap you in their shell. Associated with Selene, the goddess of the moon, and Zeus, the king of the gods. Dark-sided Cancerian examples, Henry VIII and Anna Marie Hahn. Leo. Leo, the second fire sign after Aries, is symbolized by the lion in astrology. The lion ruling the pride. The dark side to this is, it can breed arrogance and a massive ego being the king or queen. Leos are the I will sign in the zodiac. So no one can tell them anything or make them do anything. They do what they want when they want. Aquarius, the opposite sign to Leo, is ruled by Saturn, the planet of restrictions. So similar to Cancer, there's trouble trying to control Leo. It can't because the sun is there. So Leos can try cheat karma being opposing to a sign ruled by karma, like Cancers, with the giving to receive thing. But it doesn't work until they start giving from the heart instead and not expecting nothing back. That's how they get good karma, but that's when matured. Being the second fixed sign after Taurus and being ruled by the sun itself, Leos are extremely powerful and will take down anybody challenging their crown. This leads to envy and jealousy towards Leos, which will make them susceptible to many challenges. But each time the Leo wins, it makes their ego grow even bigger, which can potentially set them up for a huge fall if they don't learn humility to go with or tune down their ego. As mentioned, Leos are very powerful and are full of pride. Leos will not just fight you to defeat you, they will fight you to make an example of you to the rest to further show their dominance. They are the apex predators of the zodiac, so if they get bored and have no challenges, their ego can lead them into seeking challenges and savagely attacking the innocent or those who don't even want their crown, just to feed their ego and prove a point to the others and themselves. Leo rules the heart on the zodiac body, so that is one thing they never lack. So if your heart is not 100% in either going up against the Leo or side by side with the Leo, you are at risk of being thrown out of their castle and or life itself. If you stare at the sun too long, you know the consequences. If you sit in the sun too long, you know the consequences. You either bow down or get in the shade out of the way. Another dark side is Leos can be extremely heartless even when ruling the heart. With the ego and their pride on a pedestal, it will be all me for Leos, and they will not stop at nothing to achieve what they want, and that can be at the expense of anybody under the sun. In other words, everybody. The end result will be you lying if you're challenging the lion. Associated with Helios and Apollo, the sun gods. Dark-sided Leo examples, Elliot Rodger and Elizabeth Bathory. Virgo. Virgo is the second earth sign after Taurus, symbolized by the Virgin Maiden, the pure virgin that's mature and responsible. The dark side to this is, Virgos can hide behind this image whilst being the complete opposite, all while judging others in public. Virgos are the I analyze sign, so they will analyze everything and everyone, but most importantly, they analyze themselves. They are hypercritical of others and themselves. This leads Virgos to having enemies by criticizing others whilst being an enemy to their own self internally, ruled by Mercury, the planet of intellect and communication, and having Mercury exalted in the sign itself. This leads to an irritable and chaotic person, and being the second mutable sign after Gemini, Virgos are able to not only analyze everything, but adapt to anything, leading to a greater understanding, but even more opportunities to scrutinize. So others can hate a Virgo for criticizing them, while Virgo is hating themselves for criticizing others. Pisces, the opposite sign to Virgo, is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of wisdom and expansion. So with Jupiter not liking being in Virgo, it can cause the opposite effect. Lack of wisdom, even though highly intelligent, and lack of expansion, being extremely pessimistic, choosing to have a narrow field of view. Venus, the planet of love, is also exalted in Pisces, so does not like to be in Virgo, which can cause Virgos to lack self-love and love towards others. As mentioned, Virgos have an innocent presentation with chaos occurring inside. So the dark side to this is, your perception can easily be off, while Virgo has analysed you to precision, so knows exactly how to mentally and physically crush you. Being a mutable sign, being able to transform and act out their inner chaos, many serial killers come from the Virgo sign. Another dark side is, Virgo can character assassinate you out of care and or malice. They could tell you hurtful things with a means to help, but instead riddle you with insecurities in the process. Virgo rules the digestive system on the zodiac body, so knows all about the body as that's the second brain. So can tell you things on how to improve yourself, but that they lack social intelligence, all you will hear is the criticism and not helpful information from how they say it. Virgos are also susceptible to exploding and going on a rampage from so much negativity and frustration, mainly towards themselves, but others can get caught in the crossfire. If they use their genius towards dark-sided things, they will almost always be successful. It isn't sunny, that's for certain. It gets bloody with the Virgin, associated with Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Dark-sided Virgo examples, Carlo Gambino and Yolanda Saldivar. Libra. Libra is the second air sign after Gemini, symbolized by the scales in astrology, the middle ground. The dark side to this is, Libra can find themselves playing both sides of the field just to please everybody, not knowing how they truly feel, so can end up being seen as very fake and shallow to others. Libra is the third cardinal sign after Aries and Cancer, so they will always initiate conversation being an air sign to see how another thinks and to relate to them. Libra is the I balance sign, so always wants to restore peace, at least initially. Ruled by the loving Venus with the restrictive Saturn in love with their sign. Aries, Libra's opposite sign, has the sun in exaltation. The sun loves being in Aries having fun, but hates being in Libra because Saturn is strong there. The sun doesn't shine there. The sun, the soul, doesn't shine where Saturn, aka Satan, is thriving. So at least initially, the sense of identity is the lowest it can possibly be, where Libra literally needs another person. Libra starts off stuck in a state of seeking another's love and approval without knowing who they are or how they really feel without another's influence. As mentioned, Libras are the scales, so can see both sides and bring balance. But the dark side to this is, when they mature, they can become the judges. They can become the gates of heaven or hell to others. They can go from flighty to solid. Being a talkative sign, Libras gets to know many people, so is eventually able to read people like a book, and ends up going from relying on others to using others for their own benefit. Gemini, the air sign before Libra, uses communication for fun and learning. Libra uses communication for serious business, negotiating deals. And being the opposite sign to Aries, the sign of war or battle, Libra knows all about war through Saturn's diligence and peace from Venus's harmony. Mars rules Aries, so the willpower of Mars will be low in Libra, but through the desire of Venus alone, the same results can be achieved in reaching their goals. They have all the tools to finish what they start, even with being a cardinal sign, so can be ready to initiate war to bring peace, or peace to end war and see it through to the end. With Libra ruling the lower back on the zodiac body, this signifies how stable they can become, because it's a crucial area. Another dark side is, being ruled by Venus can breed love for superficial things. Not deep things, just pleasurable experiences for the moment type things. So Libras can find themselves living in luxury at the expense of others. That's from having sugar daddies and sugar mamas to straight up honey trapping the rich and robbing them. With Venus and Saturn both having associations with the devil and both being in a good position in Libra, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize how dangerous they can be. It's up to heaven or down to hell, restoring balance to the scale. Associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, and Kronos, the Titan god of time. Dark-sided Libra examples, Heinrich Himmler and Bonnie Parker. Scorpio. Scorpio, the second water sign after Cancer, is symbolized by the scorpion in astrology, the venomous creature that can readily sting people. Scorpio is the I desire sign, so they are very passionate and go for what they want. And being the third fixed sign after Taurus and Leo, Scorpios do not stop until they get it. They lock on and dive deep, sometimes at the expense of their own sanity. Ruled by the willful Mars and destructive Pluto, Scorpios, like Aries, are powerful and can be extremely violent, but can create enemies for themselves by accident too. So when the enemies they unknowingly create attack them, it causes the Scorpio to get into revenge mode to sting back, not realizing it all started from something the Scorpio innocently done. So the victim actually ends up getting stung twice, as Scorpio rarely misses their intended target. But if they don't attack, as not all Scorpios are vengeful, this can lead them into isolation, confusion, and a battle with their feelings, trying to understand everything that's going on. Taurus, Scorpio's opposite sign, is where the moon loves to be, so hates to be in Scorpio. So that's a disconnect from emotions, and Venus rules Taurus. So with Scorpio can mean no peace, no harmony, no love, especially in their early stages. So Scorpios ends up using Mars's drive and Pluto's destruction on their self, which leads Scorpios into transforming through bad experiences. As mentioned, Scorpios have the venomous stinger and can easily be in a state of separation or experiencing hurt. So the dark side to this is, hurt people hurt people. Scorpios can go around stinging people back and purposely stinging people to warn or teach lessons. Being the second water sign after Cancer, Scorpios can choose to neglect their feelings or not find a connection from the disconnect with feelings and instead use the knowledge they have of feelings to pry into others' emotions and minds. Coming from a place of hurt alongside the power of Mars and the destructiveness of Pluto, Scorpio can be a menace to the whole zodiac when they're not isolating and hurt. And while their opposite sign Taurus is about possessions, Scorpio can be about yours and take yours. The ocean of emotions doesn't rule Scorpio. They take on the ocean by digging to uncover hidden things, but can oftentimes get stuck, leading them to coming back onto land even more vengeful than before, that no one helped them. Scorpio rules the genitals on the zodiac body, so they more than anyone will fuck about, in more ways than one. But each time they find out, they become stronger than before, eventually overcoming it all to becoming a spiritual teacher to others, or a monster locked away in the ocean by a higher power. Shedding skin just like a snake, and their venom can be your fate. Associated with Hades, the god of the underworld, and Aries, the god of war, and Orion, the giant huntsman. Dark-sided Scorpio examples, Charles Manson, and Belle Gunness. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the final fire sign after Aries and Leo, is symbolized by the archer, or centaur in astrology. The archer shooting its arrow, then discovering and conquering where it lands. The dark side to this is, Sagittarius will often find themselves in unknown territory. Although this is fun and a change to gain new knowledge for Sag, it can come at the expense of others and be a danger to the Sagittarius themselves. Sagittarius is the I see sign of the Zodiac, so Sagittarius will see it all in their lifetime, ignoring responsibilities and commitments on this quest. Sagittarius also rules the thighs on the Zodiac body, which is obviously responsible for the leg power needed for walking, running, etc. So they will travel. Being the third mutable sign after Gemini and Virgo, and being ruled by the largest planet of them all, Jupiter, the planet of wisdom and expansion, Sagittarius can be compared to wildfire. It's large, it's expansive, highly adaptable, but extremely dangerous to anyone around or who's not on horseback travelling with them. On a lesser scale, this results in Sag being very blunt and truthful, offending many people. Mercury, the planet of communication, rules Gemini, the opposite sign to Sag. So Sag can initially lack in being socially smart, but with happy-go-lucky Jupiter by their side, they may get away with it as they can easily play things off as jokes. But the ones who doesn't take kindly to it will secretly have it in for them, leading to attacks from behind as most fare getting on Sagittarius's bad side up front. As mentioned, Sagittarius is like wildfire. From afar, it will seem remarkable and or scary to witness as it lights up the night, but those that are close will get burnt up. This can range from an Armageddon type war, or just from playing the field and cheating, hurting multiple people due to the Sagittarius's selfishness towards exploring and expanding. Gemini, their opposite sign, explores locally. Sag explores globally. Being the final fire sign after Aries and Leo, they are the masters of their actions and the masters of war. Battles or war with another is nothing to Sagittarius. So much that they may not be interested in it, whilst having the expansiveness and wisdom of Jupiter on their side, enabling them to burn whole lands down if pushed. Another dark side is that Sagittarius travels and sees, their views on the world and life itself becomes very advanced. So advanced that they find it easier speaking in riddles than just communicating normally. They find a way around the Mercury debilitation. So when it comes to playing mind games and being tricky, Sagittarius can fool the best of them. The trick is, being the third mutable sign, they can appear all jolly and innocent, almost childlike, and or stupid, but can be easily working brains and testing all your limits without being detected. When they've gained all the knowledge they can, and are done playing games, and sees the world for the hell that it is, you can easily, and I mean easily, find many serial killers under this sign, switching their arrow from shooting at places to discover and conquer, to shooting it directly at people's heads. At people out of curiosity and or knowledge and or desires and or boredom. On the light side, they kickstart burning down Earth to end Capricorn's rulership. On the dark side, they lose their faith and hope for life itself, and can start cruelly ruling many. Even when shooting from the farthest, the archer always hits its target. Associated with Zeus, the king of the gods. Dark-sided Sagittarius examples, Ted Bundy and Rosemary West. Capricorn. Capricorn is the final earth sign after Taurus and Virgo, symbolized by the seagull, that goat sitting on top of the mountain. The dark side to this is, it's lonely at the top. Capricorn is the final cardinal sign following Aries, Cancer and Libra, all the signs that can individually be described as selfish, having motives to benefit the self. Capricorn can be the most selfish sign, which equals the sign with the most self-love and equals success as they put themselves first directly over others. The trouble with self-love is, you can have all the money in the world, all the power in the world, all the respect in the world, but what is all that without someone to share it with? Ruled by the planet of restrictions and karma, Saturn, with the exaltation of passionate Mars. Capricorns have the willpower to keep going and going, stepping on others to keep on climbing, with Saturn keeping Capricorn disciplined to succeed. Capricorn is the I use sign, so will use all their resources, including people, to succeed. Cancer, the opposite sign to Capricorn, is ruled by the moon. So emotions don't work well with Capricorns. It's nothing personal, just business. And also Jupiter, the planet of luck, is exalted in Cancer, so doesn't do well in Capricorn. It's no luck, just straight hard work. But the karma Capricorns can face is, they will get there, they will reach their goals, but they won't have no one with them. They can reach fame, but fame is actually a prison. You're not free when you're famous. So unless they realize this on their climb, gaining emotions for someone special, realizing the 3D world is fake, you'll find many Capricorns successful but miserable. Got everything but feel like they've got nothing, because love or emotions for others is missing, when oneness in spirit is the real truth. Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, is exalted in Cancer too. So again, they can have all the willpower and discipline, being extremely smart in how they progress, but lack the wisdom of what being on top with all the materials is really about until they get there. Cause materials and money isn't real to the soul. As mentioned, Capricorns are the sea goat. They are the goats at the top, being practical with knowledge of the sea of emotions. The dark side to this is, Capricorns have the power to control anybody. Every single person in this world has a price. Capricorn knows this and will have the resources to offer you a deal. In other words, pay you to work for them. Finalizing the earth sign cycle after Taurus and Virgo, Capricorns are the masters of the practical, the masters of earth itself, the oldest earth sign. Capricorn rules the bones on the zodiac body, so we can immediately view this as entrapment of the soul. It's Satan, aka Saturn, in the flesh on the dark side. Being the final cardinal sign after Aries, Cancer and Libra, Capricorns are the ultimate initiators. But having Mars and Saturn on side means they finish everything they start. It's not even a choice, they have to finish it. It's a duty. Cancer, Capricorn's opposite sign, cares about the home, the comfort. Capricorn cares about the career, the status, the power. Being ruled by Saturn, Satan, and with the devil making work for idle hands and people's fears and desperation, this is what Capricorn capitalizes on, staying in control and at the top. They are the boss of the zodiac game, so to speak, who doesn't need to get their hands dirty because they can pay someone else to do it. We're talking putting money on people's heads, offering bounties. Mars loves being here working with Saturn, so it's all under control whilst not being restricted or held back by emotions. Up until now, you have not met a sign that can be so ruthless. Even if you have, this is the master of them. Capricorns has accumulated more total victims on average than any other sign. Here's some money, here's some hope, but look up to me, I am your goat. Associated with Kronos, the Titan god of time, and Aries, the god of war. Dark-sided Capricorn examples, Al Capone and Ghislaine Maxwell. Aquarius. Aquarius, the final air sign after Gemini and Libra, symbolized by the water bearer. That figure pouring its water down on humanity, its knowledge. The dark side of this is, for Aquarius to do this, they have to separate themselves from humanity, find this water, come back to Earth and pour it. It's a lonely journey. Aquarius is the final fixed sign, coming from Taurus, Leo and Scorpio. The signs who do what they want, and coming from Scorpio, the sign before Aquarius in this modality, they are used to isolation, so finds it comfortable and necessary being alone. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, which is conflicting, because Saturn wants order and stability, while Uranus wants freedom and to be an individual, not another sheep. Aquarius also rules the circulatory system on the zodiac body, which is responsible for delivering oxygen to cells, aka water, to humanity. So being the water bearer trying to shed knowledge, Aquarius will find themselves lonely in the sense of being different to others and having a level of intelligence above the rest. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so it brings communication to even greater heights and levels of thinking. Being the final air sign means Aquarius can be so masterful at communicating that they can choose to not even speak, especially after not being heard or receiving jealousy for being different. Aquarius is the I know sign of the zodiac, so will try to bring people together with knowledge, but with many still under the control of Capricorn and Saturn, Aquarius will be seen as know-it-alls, causing others to not listen to them. Detaching from the world where it's not lonely at the top like Capricorn, it's lonely in space, discovering things people won't understand or don't want to understand. As mentioned, Aquarius is the detached space traveler free with their own mind. Although an air sign, the water Aquarius is bearing is full of deep feelings, so has knowledge of feelings but doesn't allow it to weigh them down. This can lead to complete heartlessness and coldness in Aquarius, with not only a detachment from feelings, but a detachment from the soul that Saturn traps. Aquarius opposite the sign Leo, that rules the heart and has the biggest ego and warmth on the light side, Aquarius discovers that there's more to life than the ego. There's more to life than just here on earth. So Aquarius cannot care about none of that fake fame and status stuff and can choose to, instead of spreading knowledge to try free people, they can choose to try destroy the world with the knowledge they have, or leave and remain distant, or just take out people for not listening and say fuck the world and all the sheeps, and fuck Capricorn and Saturn too. Fuck everyone. The serial killer with the most recorded kills in the 21st century is an Aquarius, and although Aquarius can rebel Saturn, they can equally work with Saturn, aka Satan, to wreak havoc on humanity and pair it with Uranus's ice coldness. But the Aquarian lone wolf, like the Pisces lone wolf, is supposed to eat the goat at the top. Aquarius masters the air, so they can end up going from solid air to static electricity, from raining down knowledge to releasing electrical charges in the form of lightning. They discover powers beyond this earth from traveling away from Earth, so when they return, we're talking someone who can control the weather. Uranus inspires the rebel in Aquarius, and Uranus is the coldest planet in the whole solar system, so it does not take much to see the ice cold side of an Aquarius. They can be rebels with a cause, or just rebels just because. I'm on a mission, I am the rebel. Can't you see? There is a devil, associated with Cronus, the god of time, and Uranus, the god of the sky. Dark-sided Aquarius examples: Gary Ridgway and Griselda Blanco. Pisces. Pisces is the final sign of the whole zodiac, the final water sign after Cancer and Scorpio, and the final mutable sign after Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. The conglomeration of every sign in one, symbolized by the two fishes swimming in opposite directions. The dark side to this is, Pisces has the knowledge of the whole zodiac, which sounds fun, but initially starts out feeling like a curse. Pisces has the knowledge of life on Earth whilst being directly in touch with the afterlife. So Pisces are not even detached from this Earth like Aquarius. They are not off this Earth. Pisces being the final water sign and mutable sign means it's the most fluid and adaptable energy of all, can relate to any person, place or thing, can mutate into any sign, can use any sign's abilities. It's the chameleon of the zodiac. Whilst automatically inheriting the knowledge of Earth from its opposite sign Virgo, who already analysed everyone and everything on Earth, and probably played a key part in the design of human control which Capricorn uses. But not all knowledge is power, it needs wisdom. Pisces is the I believe sign of the zodiac. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams and deception, and Jupiter, the planet of wisdom and luck, with Venus, the planet of peace and harmony, in exaltation, but with Mercury, the planet of communication, debilitated. Although inheriting the knowledge of Earth from Virgo, the sign ruled by intellectual Mercury, Pisces can understand it and not be able to explain it at the same time. Because Mercury can't swim in Pisces waters, it's too expansive, and Pisces also has knowledge of other realms, so has trouble just speaking Earth's language, so can choose to stay mute. So you have someone full of love, full of wisdom, full of dreams, full of feelings, who finds it easy to relate to others, but finds it hard to explain where they are coming from and what they know, so others don't relate to them or understand them, which is the epitome of loneliness and isolation whilst being highly sociable. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, allowing Pisces to discover the true meaning of love on a spiritual level, but realizes it's extremely rare to find here on Earth whilst being full of it. Instead, fear, hate and superficial love rules here, not true love for humanity. So lots of confusion, which can also come from Neptune, can temporarily immobilize a Pisces trying to figure out what to do with all these energies at hand with life on Earth whilst being directly connected to death. As mentioned, Pisces is every sign in one. Pisces is the sign of the soul here to spread love and finally free the people from Saturn's grip. Free the soul from the skeleton. Being misunderstood is one thing, but unlike Aquarius who gets ignored trying to enlighten others, Pisces gets disrespected or taken advantage of by others for leading with kindness and love. This in itself is a danger for others because Pisces' true nature is hidden. There's a shark behind the goldfish. Pisces is deception itself, and the harshness of people wakes up the demons in Pisces, all the fallen from the past. Being the mutable sign following Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius, Pisces has infinite sides, but the main two sides are the goldfish and the shark. The darkness with Pisces comes when the shark does, when the Pisces snaps basically. Being the final water sign after Cancer and Scorpio, Pisces is the master of emotions, understanding the depths of all emotions swimming in the ocean as the fish, so doesn't have an issue channeling any feeling or completely switching their own off whilst remaining in touch with another's. So Pisces can use empathy and the knowledge of everyone to understand anyone and also destroy anyone or any 10 or any 100, transforming into a shark, a siren, the kraken and so on. Pisces is known for having many serial killers belonging to the sign. The top sign recognized for this, to the point people who are well known for being serial killers falls under the sign Pisces, and each of them comes from receiving pain or being misunderstood or misguided from or by others here. So with the elusiveness of Neptune, the expansiveness of Jupiter and the desire of Venus, Pisces can easily cause a flood of blood on Earth. Another dark side is Pisces rules the feet, which is responsible for moving the whole zodiac body, supporting its whole weight. If this is not appreciated or the Pisces gets tired of being in touch with everything and everyone, losing hope and faith in humanity, Pisces can walk that zodiac body off the cliff into the abyss, taking themselves and everyone else out with them. In the end, Pisces faces the decision of destroying it all or self-destructing to just leave, as Saturn's grip is too strong for everyone to be freed from this hell on Earth. Also with the understanding that death is not the end. Or Pisces can just sit on the sidelines, mute, and watch it all burn down through Armageddon, followed by a flooding, both created by God or the creator itself to cleanse the earth, as Pisces peacefully sails off to Nirvana, until that big bang happens again, shooting Aries out like a fireball, starting this whole process off again. One big repetitive cycle. Where there is light, there is dark. Where there is fin, there is shark. Associated with Zeus, the king of the gods, Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Dark-sided Pisces examples: Osama bin Laden and Eileen Wuornos. Beware of the other side, cause it's worse. Not always summary, and that's my summary on Hell on Earth.